What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital and welcome to the video. In this video, we're talking all about the continuation in the pullback for gold and silver and the top gold and silver mining stocks that are on my watch list, on the top of my radar right now, and whether or not, I personally think that it's time to buy the dip yet, or should we be more patient? We'll get into all that in this video along with your recap. These are your market minutes, so let's dive straight into it. The last thing I wanted to say was we've got that poll running, so head on over to the community tab, vote for the next viewer requested video, as I will be putting out more content catered to you guys, at least a couple of videos every month that you guys can pick, not sponsored content, not your market minutes. Make sure to vote, and we're going to shoot that video this week. We'll have something exciting for you on the weekend, guys. So anyways, let's get straight into the video. The last thing I want to say before we dive into this is if you do support me, the channel, and the videos, then kindly explode that like button, along with if you are a new viewer to the channel. You haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, but you appreciate constant daily updates on the markets, a steady flow of new and exciting companies. And don't forget to catch that subscribe button and ring the market bell for notifications. And let's get straight into this video, guys. So I wanted to ask you, how have you been liking the new editing? How have you been liking the new camera? We did get a new camera. We did upgrade the setup a little bit, and we've got Doc on board now. So Doc's been doing a really good job editing the videos. So let me know your feedback, please. Let's get into comment of the day. Before we get into comment of the day, guys, feel free to drop those comments below and let me know. Are you buying the dip? Which stocks are you looking at buying if you are in fact buying the dip? Or just simply offer your opinion, and let's get straight into comment of the day. Paulo, it's easy to manipulate stocks. All the Fed does indirectly with money printing is the top 5 stocks to make up 40% of most indexes, which is true. And this is something that I've been talking about for a long time. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, all these big stocks are just becoming a larger and larger component of the indexes. So it's really a unique environment that we're in right now. Solar Newbie, next comment of the day, food and drink, you earned it. That's what life's all about, right? Food and drink. What are your thoughts on FANG M stocks for holding long-term 5 to 20 years? And that comes from Metal Bum, and they've proven themselves over the past 5 years. That's actually a really tough question. When it comes to FANG stocks, yes, do I think they're overvalued? Yes, am I bullish on them? Parking your money in them for the next 5 to 20 years, who knows how high they could go. I think they will be higher in 5 to 20 years, almost definitely. But once again, that's just my opinion. Never telling you guys to buy or sell. And personally, I won't be buying any FANG stocks just as I'm not a tech investor. And also, the second comment from Metalbum, agreed silver need pullbacks and consolidation, or else it's going to crash. So this pullback is good for the silver market, and I agree with that. So we will take a look at the charts in just 2 seconds. Esteban, next comment of the day, what's up, bro? Hope all is well. Getting deep in silver, no weak hands are here. Woo, I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on ACB, and yes, I have, and it's been tanking, and I'm really interested to see how they do this quarter, though. So I will cover the quarter. It'll be interesting to do, maybe one specific ACB video just talking about their quarter. I feel like it's something that I should do. So let me know if you guys want that video. I don't think I'm going to live stream this quarter, but let's get into the last comment of the day. And this comes from Music Head Rick. I don't agree with you about gold. I might be wrong, but I do think gold will hit 2015 this week or early next week. Then after that, a pullback. So far it's been going my way, but I'd love to see a mid to late week rally. So far, it's weird. I've kind of just felt the sentiment shift. We've seen the metal start to pull back. We're going to be watching 1900 very closely. And let's get into that right now. So guys, that brings us to the next point I wanted to make. And I wanted to quickly say thank you for all our new full access insider members. We actually had quite a few people join over the past couple days. And I wanted to just state that, it's $10 a month, $100 a year for our full access insider group. And in that group, you get full portfolio access. You get to see all the trades I make. And I will be posting some new trades as I will be buying some gold stocks on this pullback. So if you want to know exactly which companies those are, the amounts, how much, why I bought them, feel free to take a look at the group. And we also post that weekly video for the private group. So I go over viewer requests, anything you guys want me to talk about. I do my best to cater to this group. So guys, take a look at that group if you are interested. I'd love to have you. And let's get this group to 200 members. We're like just a handful away. So 200 members is the next milestone, along with 30K subscribers. So thank you guys. Let's take a look at the markets. And it is relatively a choppy session. The Dow's in the red, S&P and the NASDAQ in the green. The NASDAQ leads the way. S&P 500 was little changed on Tuesday following a 3-day rally as a drop in Apple shares overshadowed optimism from remarks made by the US and China officials in pledging firm commitment to a phase 1 trade deal. So looks like that's back on the table. Nice to see. We are seeing gold supported above that 2011 record high of 1920. So we're above that. Like I said, that's a level that I'm watching. I guess you could say over the next week to month. It does look like we're downtrending a little bit. Gold's losing a little bit of steam, but I wouldn't be sad if we got some consolidation above 1900. I think that that would be healthy for the market, and it would allow, investors who are on the sidelines to slowly accumulate positions, because even if gold pulls back, it's not like, retail investors can just buy it up because they've got tons of cash sitting around. Some people use a multi-quarter strategy even to shift money around. So I think that gold and silver at these prices, at least until we get closer to that big event later this year, wouldn't actually be a bad thing. So silver's holding steady at 26.55. Like I said, guys, 26.50 is a level that I'm watching very closely for silver because it looks like it's a multi-year level of support. And then looking back further, I know earlier this week we talked about those key levels to watch for silver. And I know we talked earlier about some key levels to watch in our previous videos when it comes to silver, or is silver better than gold? Personally, I am more bullish on silver in this environment than I am on gold, just as I feel like the environment's a little bit more positive and silver has more to benefit from positive economic news than gold does. But some key levels to watch, definitely the mid 30s, 38, and then 44. But inevitably, I do think that silver will make all-time highs, but I still think that we're a little bit of a ways away, and we're going to get some choppy trade if we do in fact get above 30 in the mid 30s. I think that silver is going to run into definitely some resistance and volatility. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. Let's take a look at the news now in terms of Kitco. So let's see what Kitco has to say. It's always nice to get some opinions from Kitco, as they're the precious metal experts. AM/PM roundup. So Kitco news from Jim Wyckoff: gold silver slip on profit taking, week-long liquidation. And that was one thing that I wanted to state, was that there's not that much liquidation going on for the longs, which is a good thing. People are staying in the market. There's just not as much buying, and there's just, it's kind of a trader's market right now, I think. Gold and silver futures markets are lower midday US trading Tuesday. Profit taking and selling from weak-handed long positions in the futures market are featured today amid upbeat trader and investor attitudes. October gold futures were down 16.40 an ounce to 19.15, and silver was down 21 cents to 26.39, but we are holding on to 26.50. Personally, right now, I think news is going to drive the market, and if we get continued optimism, could see a further pullback. PIMCO sees further potential for gold prices as real bond yields remain under pressure. So let's talk about some more opinion. One of the world's biggest fixed income investment firms sees potential for gold prices to push higher as real interest rates remain in low to negative territory. So this is very recent news. In a blog posted Monday, Nicholas Johnson, a PIMCO portfolio manager focused on commodities, said that even after gold's historic run to all-time highs, the market still has plenty of potential. And that's where, as millennial investors, we want to make that quick money. Sometimes we just got to be patient. And if you're not a millennial investor, I'm sure that you've seen this before. But I'm still very long-term bullish on gold. But I do think that this, pullback or correction was necessary. Another headline, and I just wanted to simply throw this out there. I'm not really going to give my opinion just as I haven't done enough research yet. But what do you guys think about the other precious metals, something like platinum? There's an article here. Platinum looks attractive as discount to gold sits near record levels. So I've gotten some comments about platinum, palladium before on the channel. Might have to do some research on that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Last article before we dive into those 3-4 stocks that I have for you guys that are on the top of my watch list, along with all the charts. Gold at 3,000, upward gold price trajectory to accelerate. And this is from Bloomberg Intelligence. So gold's upward price trajectory is likely to accelerate according to Bloomberg Intelligence, which sees substantial gains in store for gold once the US dollar and equities enter their bear market. So let's read what they have to say. These are words from an analyst. So gold's upward price trajectory is more likely to accelerate, in our view, led by increasingly favorable macroeconomic fundamentals and moving beyond the extended period of disdain for the metal in 2013 to 2018. Bloomberg Intelligence senior commodity strategist Mike McGlure said in his August update, when bear markets in the dollar and equities arise, gold will sustain tailwinds. So let's take a quick look, guys, at the DXY before we're taking a look at those stocks that are on my watch list. And the US dollar is threatening to fall once again below 93. So, I mean, personally, I hope that we can see more weakness in the dollar, and we haven't gotten higher highs yet, and it looks like the dollar's potentially rolling over. So I wouldn't be surprised if we test 92 this month. I'd be very happy if we fell below those levels. And if we take a look at the longer term charts, I think that that opens up the possibility for the dollar to fall to somewhere between 89 and 90. I think gold would be much higher if we were to in fact get that drop in the dollar. So now let's get into those couple stocks that we're looking at, the charts, and then that will be it for the video, guys. So the first company we're looking at, and we saw this thing sell off substantially. Now, of these companies, 3 of the companies we have had the pleasure of interviewing their CEOs. So take a look at those videos on the channel. And I don't really think much has changed for Fosterville over the next little while, unless, you know, there's something that I'm missing. I'm trying to get Brian back on the show. But long story short, and I've been asked this because I have covered it since the IPO. You know, what I think is going on right now with Fosterville is, you know, people are just looking at it, taking some profits. Because look at how the stock has performed since its IPO. It IPO'd below $1 and it got as high as $5.34. And we've seen it do this before. It ran from under $1 to $1.46, and then it dropped back down substantially. And we ran to $2.50, and we ran to $5, dropped right down to $4. So in terms of Fosterville, I expect more volatility. And the thing is, when a stock has already returned so much, that makes it more vulnerable to pullbacks, substantial pullbacks. So if you're sitting on 200-300% gains and, you know, you take some profit, that might be what some investors are thinking that it's going to, you know, pull back a little bit more, and then they might get a better entry point. But this is definitely one on the top of my watch list because I'm still bullish in the company, but also, you know, I like to see these aggressive pullbacks, because just like when a stock runs, like let's say Fosterville ran from 91 cents all the way up to over $5. So just like a stock can get overbought, a stock can also get oversold. So if we continue to see these aggressive pullbacks, then they will just get more attractive to me. And Tourmaline Metal is selling off 12.31% today. So same thing for Tourmaline. I mean, it's returned really fantastic returns since the IPO. We got as low as 30 cents. We got as high as $1.70. No, $1.80. We got as high as $1.80. Now we're back down to around $1. So in terms of Tourmaline Metals, it's a tricky one. If we do continue to pull back, I could see the stock at 80 cents, 70, 80 cents. This is another one that's on the top of my watch list. 2 exploration stage companies, great management in my opinion. I just think that, you know, they're falling victim to profit taking. I didn't see any negative news come across the board, so we will be keeping our eyes on that. And if some negative news does come out, we'll keep you guys updated. Another stock I noticed pulling back quite substantially that had a tremendous run over the last little while was in fact Gold Mining Inc. And I haven't talked about this stock in a while. We talked about the company, interviewed their CEO in early 2020, right when it was around the $1 to $2 range, and it got as high as $3.79. Now, Gold Mining Inc. owns a lot of interesting properties. They own a lot of land packages in many different mining jurisdictions. So if you're looking for diversity, if you're looking for a company that strictly owns different reserves in different areas, take a look at this company. Very fascinating business model. Haven't really seen one like it. And their CEO is an awesome guy, Amir Adnani. So 52-week range of 85 cents to 379. It is pulling back 7% today, but we also need to take a look and see, you know, that recent run up from like $2 to almost $4, the stock has doubled. So be cautious, and this thing could pull back farther. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a hefty pullback for this thing to pull back into the 250 range. So it's on my watch list. I like when, you know, these stocks do sell off, because if I'm looking to buy, it's lovely when you buy a stock in the red, but don't get too impatient. You know, if you are looking to buy, then I would stagger that approach. That approach has always worked for me, a staggered buying approach. But once again, never telling you guys to buy or sell these stocks. This is not financial advice, simply just offering my opinion. And the last company that I want to talk about, and it's a silver mining company, it's Arcana. Arcana has a $117 million market cap with some very interesting assets and near production in the future. And if I look at this chart, just looking at this chart, it looks like it's had a nice, healthy little pullback from 52-week highs of 71 cents to now 50 cents. This is, of the four, I would say this one looks most attractive to me, just as I'm a little bit more bullish on silver than I am on gold. This is in a safe mining jurisdiction, which we will quickly dive into their investor presentation. And they've got lots of ounces in the ground. So the Revenue Virginius mine overview. And as you can see, guys, here, the mine is in Colorado, and I wanted to quickly talk about their feasibility study. So measured and indicated 29.9 million ounces, inferred 13.2, proven and probable 21.2 million, and 3.1 million ounces of production for the first 5 full years of production, and an AISC of $8 per ounce for the length of the mine. So there's a lot to like about this company, at least from the numbers that I'm seeing come across my screen. So take a look at those companies. If you were wondering what's on the top of my watch list for this pullback, is he going to buy, is he going to sell, whatever. Let's get into the charts here, and we'll give you guys a quick little recap of all of the different sectors, and then that will be it. So Village Farms Harvest One and Koyos Beverages in the green. Village Farms, biggest gainer, up 16%. High Tide and Metagrowth declining. We recently just saw those two stocks merge, and I do think that it's a good thing seeing more consolidation in the industry. I actually got a request to talk about these, and I didn't get a chance to dive into the details. I am listening to you guys, but retail right now, I think it's a unique environment. We need to see further reopening in the economy, but a year or two down the road, I do think that this whole merger acquisition should be a good thing. All right, guys, in terms of dividend stocks, we are seeing Brookfield Infrastructure Partners. Biggest loser, Bank of Montreal in the green, as I believe I read that they recorded a profit, but one figure was weak. I can't pinpoint that exactly. Now let's take a quick look at the gold and silver sector. And it's a mixed day, more red than we are seeing green. Of course, Fosterville is the biggest loser, and Fortuna is actually managing to stay in the green at $8.21. So that stock's held on pretty well. Let's take a look at the tech sector real quick. Alibaba, Facebook, and Tencent in the green. We are seeing Chinese stocks run on that trade war optimism. And then last but not least, our broader 2020 watch list. We are seeing Starbucks, JD.com, and AMD, three biggest gainers, and Carnival, biggest loser. So that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you think about those companies. Feel free to offer your opinion in the comments as to which stocks you're personally thinking of buying. And that's it for the video. Always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.